Hivers, welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Florida, serving customers all over the United States. And today, we're going to be making a 3D project, okay? So we're going to be using the Splash of Sparkles Specialty Designer Series paper. This is a beautiful pack of paper. We're going to be using the Joyful Squares bundle, so the stamp set and the dies. And let me show you how I store my stamps and dies. So this paper comes, it's like almost like a pouch. I put the flap of the envelope over the front of the pouch. My stamps are inside. So in between these two, because photopolymer stamps are sensitive to light. I trace, I don't know if you can see it, but I trace with a Sharpie marker around my stamp so that when I take one off, as that one right here is missing, I know exactly where to put it back, okay? Then it's easy for me to pop them in and out like this. For my dies, I put both the flaps of that little pouch under the envelope flap, and I can just pull those out like that. Now, my bigger sets of dies, I do have magnetic sheets, and I'm probably going to cut a magnetic sheet down to put this on, but I do trace my dies on this paper so that I can put them back on here once they retire, because I do sell my dies. So I'm going to take this one out because we're going to be using that one. Okay, so those are some of the items we're going to be using. And before we get started on our project, of course, we have to go over the buzzworthy business of the day. We're going to start with our Celebrate Spring paper pumpkin kit. It's going to make 9 whimsical cards that celebrate Easter and sweet spring days. Shy Shamrock is the stamping spot, and we have the Beautiful Blooms add-on dies for $13 that coordinate with January, February, and March paper pumpkin kits. And I do have a link in the description box below for you to sign up for the paper pumpkin if you have not already done so. Next, we have our bonus days. Right now, Stampin' Up is having bonus days from January 6th to February 2nd, where you shop and earn a $5 coupon for every $50 you spend. That's $50 after your discounts and before shipping and tax, okay? After placing those orders, you're going to receive an email from Stampin' Up. You need to save those emails because it's going to have your coupon code on there, and you're going to redeem those coupons beginning February 3rd, all right? Next, we have our Stampin' Rewards program, where you earn 10% on all orders $20 or more, excluding tax and shipping. You redeem those rewards on future orders, track and save rewards in your online Stampin' Up account, and those rewards do expire after 12 months of the earning date. Lastly, we have our mystery boxes. These are the medium flat rate USPS boxes that I've stuffed full of new and used retired Stampin' Up product. I'm asking just $35 for each box. Shipping is included. If you're interested, you can email me at stampwithshana@gmail.com. Now, during bonus days, I am having a special for my mystery boxes. When you spend $100 with me, after discounts, before shipping and tax, I'm going to send you a free mystery box. So during bonus days, if you spend $100, you're going to get 2 $5 coupons to use beginning February 3rd. Plus, you're going to get a free box from me. That special is only through Honeybee Stampin' Hive, okay? All right, that is all of our buzzworthy business. So let's get started on our project because, like I said, we're making a 3D box. So I have some, what is this? Early Espresso cardstock. It is 4 1/4 by 7 1/8, and we're gonna get our score tool here, and we're gonna do some score marks on our cardstock. So the first thing we're gonna do is put it on the 4 1/4 side at the top, and we're gonna score at 1 inch on both sides. So I'm just gonna flip it and do 1 inch again. Now with the long side across the top, we're going to score at 2, 3, 5, and 6. Okay, and that is all of our scoring done. So let's go ahead and burnish all of our score lines. So we're just going to fold over all the score lines and burnish it down with our bone folder. Now I've seen this, or I got the measurements for this box from Split Coast Stampers. It's been around for a long time, probably 13, 14 years is when I seen it. Now we're going to do some cut marks on here. So with the long, holding it long ways, we're going to cut up all the lines on the cardstock here. We're going to do straight cuts. And I'm trying to leave the score line on the squares. And after we straight cut it, we're just going to miter just the tiniest little sliver off, basically just the score line, okay? And I'm going to do that on the opposite side, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all of my squares mitered out, and I went ahead and put on some tearing tape on the front of the cardstock. At the end with a smaller rectangle, I put the tearing tape here. Then if you flip it over on the wider side, I put tearing tape on these two flaps and the inside of these two little flaps here, okay? What are we doing next? Next, we're gonna get some scrap paper and this die and some basic white that I've already die cut using this die, and we're gonna lay the die back over it. And I am going to secure this down to my scrap paper with some washi tape. It's not really there to, it doesn't really need the washi tape, but that's just what I'm going to be doing. So I have my blending brush and my bubble bath ink. I'm going to ink my brush up, get some of that ink off of my scrap paper, hold it right where that washi tape is, and I'm just going to lightly put on some of this bubble bath ink. I don't want it too dark. Just enough, okay? So that's all we're going to do with that. And we can get this off of here. Set this to the side. And we're going to take some Timid Tiger and our stamp that says Little Snippets of Joy. And I think this is meant for like scrapbooking, but we're going to make this for a treat because we're making a little box that's going to hold some treats. So we have that done. Now, we're going to go back to our box and I'm going to decorate it. So I have here about 8 pieces of designer series paper. So we have 2 little squares here. Those are 1 1/8 by 1 inch. Then we have 2 more that are 2 1/8 by 7 1/8. Then we have 2 that are 2 1/8 by 1 7 1/8. And then we have 1 that is 2 1/8 by 7/8, and then 1 that is 2 1/8 by 1. Okay, so I'll have all these measurements on my blog at honeybeestampinhive.com. So this is the front flap of our box. That is the front of our box. So I've labeled all of my pieces here. So if this is the front, let me see. Yeah, this is the front of my box right here. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down using some adhesive, liquid adhesive. This is the Tombow liquid glue. Probably put a little too much on there, but I'm going to just center this inside those score lines. So it's 1/8 of an inch smaller in size of this square here. And then this one is for the back. Let me see. That's the front, the back. Okay. If you have directional paper, it does matter which way you put these on, because the box is going to fold up and meet around. So like this front flap, you don't want to put your paper on this way if it's meant to go that way. Okay, that's that's the only thing. So let's see here. This is the front flap, and I think I'm gonna do it that way. And then this is the top. So we're gonna put the top like this. Yeah. top will go on here, right there, like that. Then we'll put our front panel on. Oh no, I think I did it upside down. That one goes on that front flap there. Make sure that stays inside the score lines. Then we're going to put these little side panels on. On the front flap. That's where these smaller squares go. Right there. Trying to make sure these almost are even. Okay, then we're gonna decorate these right here, because these are gonna be covered up. So these are the side panels. These are gonna be the outside side panels of the box, the ones that you're gonna be able to see. That just like that. Okay, so we have that. Now we can start putting our box together. So we can take, well, actually I think I want to do the box part first, so let's go ahead and remove the backing from our tear and tape. And I'm going to remove it from all the pieces on this side. Now, I don't want any flaps on the inside of my box, so I'm going to put these two flaps in, and these smaller squares are going to go over that. And then these are going to go on the outside of those smaller flaps, so that we'll have the sturdiness that the extra part the flap makes or gives, but we'll hide them in between. Okay. So that is our box, the base of the box, and then we're gonna put these flaps on to create the lid. So this is a lidded box, but it's not a separate lid. So we're just gonna tuck that in and glue that together there. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm not in frame. You guys know I can't see. I'm trying to pull it close to me so I can see what I'm doing. Then there's our box, just like that. I think I need to add more glue to my designer series paper. Is popping off. Okay, so now what did I make to put in this box, you ask? Well, not make, but what do I have to put in this box that we made? I have some Ferrero Rocher caramel hazelnut squares. Yeah, so this is where I got the idea for the colors. This paper would perfect with this. So I have two of those little Ferrero Rocher squares. So these are about the same size as the what are they called? The Ghirardelli squares. So, oh, actually I think I need 3. So let me get another one out here. So let's do that. And we're just gonna slide these in just like this, so it'll hold 3 of those perfectly. And close our little flap here, just like that. Isn't that cute? Then we're gonna add our little snippets of joy, because that's what those candies are. So we're gonna get some Stampin' Dimensionals. You see, I'm gonna use these minis just because I wanna use these up. These are from Paper Pumpkin kits. So let me see, I'm at the top here. Put some right there. And I think I'll put 2 right here in the middle of the box. Right here at the, let me show you. Right here at the edge of this flap. Okay, that's just so that I make sure I don't go over, and because we don't want to seal our box closed, you know. We want to be able to get inside, get the goodies, get the little snippets of joy. And we're just going to add this on here on the front like that, so it'll open and close with the front. We're done with that. And then we're going to take, I'm thinking I want to use these 12 2025 to 2027 in color flat pearls. And use the Timid Tiger, or I have some gold. Maybe I should use the gold. Let me see if I can find them. I think they're retired, but I'm not sure. Yes, they are. They're retired. The low profile dots. So let me see. Do I want to use this? There's Timid Tiger and Bubble Bath in here. And this is what color? Strawberry Slush. Yeah, that's a little too dark. So I think the Timid Tiger is going to get lost. So I'm just going to use these retired low profile dots since I have them. I need my Take Your Pick tool. And we're going to add a couple of these around our little box here. I think I'll put one right there. We'll call that done. Isn't that pretty? Little snippets of joy. And you have your candy on the inside. So that is our project for today. I will have all the measurements and a diagram, cutting diagram and everything on my blog again at honeybeestampinhive.com. Okay, that's it. That's all. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I would like to thank you for buzzing by the hive today. Until next time, buzz you later.